watching High Megas Supreme. Comment, follow, share, save, like, subscribe, get notified. Taurus money algorithms. Bulldoze money into your life today. Chakra Doctor .xyz. The Black Cube Codex. Saturn exposed. Sovereignty restored. Chakra Doctor .xyz.
The fact that Caucasians are allowing Caucasians to do this, say this, live this, and be this, you see why they're in a decline. This is probably going to go down as the most mentally unstable time of human history. A time where you don't see black folks doing this. You might see a sprinkle of blacks. Don't get it twisted, but they're under the Caucasian mind state. Black people as a whole have been blacked out through whitewash. Go get the book, man. Go get the book. Blacked out through whitewash. And you'll see how black people as a whole have been completely under the spell of Caucasians for a while now. So you can't even trust really what the average black person is saying. If the average black person is afraid to be unapologetic, get that back. If the average black person is afraid to be unapologetically black in front of other ethnicities who historically dislike black people, they're still under the spell. Don't trust nothing they say. If they're afraid to say, hey, look, white people, y'all worrying about black people and y'all being racist and doing all that, but look what's going on. Look what you need to change in your sphere. Look what you need to change in your world before you start trying to make systems against the melanated beings of the face of the planet Earth. And now it's coming to a head. And we see it coming to a head because look at the indecency. Look at the debauchery. Look at the complete 100% plagiarism. You have this obese Caucasian male at some type of event for transsexuals and transgenders, right? Right? Okay, or he's at an event at least where transgenders are present. And this obese Caucasian male is wearing a female's dress and says he identifies as a female. He can't have no babies. He doesn't have no period. No milk coming out them breasts, even though he got some, right? No milk coming out them breasts. He is 100% completely. And then you're not even doing it no justice. You know, you just being a fat white boy in a dress talking about, y'all, we should unalive children. We should X out children until they start letting us in their bathrooms. What kind of buffoonery and coonery is this? You sound like you need to be an animal that needs to be put down. That's how you sound. You sound like you need to be put into a mental institution. People like this don't. Now I understand why mental institutions were created. People like him belong in mental institutions. I used to think that. But now that I see that it's nefarious, now that I see it's completely 100% evil. Now that I see, I can't even call it evil. You got to call it what it is. It's 100% pedophilic, whatever involves children, bro. You can see the archon demon, you can see it all on him. You can see the negative energy all on him. Listen, and this is no shade to any big people, but I really don't trust big people. If you are what one might consider significantly overweight or obese, you're not really to be trusted. Why? Because we know for a fact that you aren't treating yourself healthy. So how are you going to ever expect to get into a healthy relationship with us when you are yourself? You weren't about unaliving children. You need to unalive the fat in your gut. Unalive the fat in your gut before you talk about unaliving these little ones. Let's call a spade, bro. And this is what black people are afraid to do. Black people, number one, we're afraid to address the problems in our community, and we know the problems in our community. We talk about the problem in our community all the time. What are we going to do about the problem in our community? What are we going to do? See, listen, black people, we're at the point where we already know what to do. We just need to get healthy enough to organize and do it. The reason why black people can't organize and do what we say that we want to do is because we haven't gotten healthy enough to have a clarity of mind, have a focus of intent, have a abundance of resources and connections, as well as a healed mind, a healed body, a healed spirit, and a healed overall emotional way of regulation and controlling emotions, our own emotions, and how we interact with one another. We still think with the lack poverty mind state. We still are programmed by the Caucasian whitewashing that had happened to us such a while back. But we are not forgetting, let us not forget that there is a bigger crime going on than black on black crime. There is a bigger crime going on than black people doing other black people like a low down dirty shame. There is a bigger event going on than black women being ratchet and black men being bums, right? There is a bigger crime going on than black people shucking and jiving, buying jewelry, and ain't doing nothing for their community. There is a bigger crime going on than black people being overweight and leading the league in all of the diseases. There is a bigger crime going on than that. And that crime is the pedophilia of the Caucasian community. And the Caucasian community don't want to speak out on it. Only a few of you are doing it. And y'all know y'all done been through it. Man, if we're going to do out of 100 people, let's go 100 people on something. Let's bring it into the 100% out. Out of 100 Caucasians, people who watching this, Caucasian, black, white, Hispanic, or Caucasian, or Asian, whoever. How many people, out of 100 white people, how many of those white people you think experienced molestation or sexual or some type of schmexual essay type of thing going on? How many? How many white people do you think have been sexually abused by other white people? Out of 100. We're going to say 100 is the max. That's 100%. And we're going, if you say 95%, that's 95 people out of 100. If you say 50%, that's 50 out of 100. What do you think the actual number and the percentage is? Put it in the comments, because I want to know. Because for some reason, white folks is walking around acting like that they don't have. That's the biggest crime against humanity. The biggest crime against humanity is crimes against children and crimes against women. Crimes against children and crimes against women are 100% and should be 100% completely regulated as a high crime, high, big, heavy punishment type of thing. But it's not. These people are doing this to this kid. You seen that little white guy? That white guy that RAPE'd them girls and crippled them girls, and they let him out on bond, and the dude was asking him, what about the victims? What about the victims? And he's just walking out on bond. People like that deserve to get X'd out. They need to get X'd out. There are things that are happening in the YT community that we're not going to be able to stop. And the YT people that humble themselves and seek the help of melanated people, seek the help of people like Chakra Doctor, seek the help of people who look like me that can help them get to a certain place and humble themselves with it and leave their racism at their doorstep. They are the Caucasians and they are the YTs that are going to make it through that turbulent thing, through this turbulence that the YT people are going through currently and are about to go through even more, because they are allowing scumbags like this to live and breathe the same air as us. He don't belong and he don't deserve to breathe the same air as the children that he is claiming that he wants to X out. He wants to X out the children. He wants to X out and unalive the babies. He wants to do the babies dirty because of a bathroom. Because you can't go in their bathroom. This is what we're talking about. All this so you can go take a pee pee and a poop poop. All of this so you can defecate and urinate. You want to unalive children so that you can defecate and urinate inside of the women and girls restroom? Just imagine if Kamala Harris would have won, bro. Just imagine if Hillary Clinton would have won. Just imagine if the Democrats would have won. At least with the Republican KK clan, at least with the Republican clans, if you got you some get up and go about yourself, the get up and go gonna have you. But with the Democrats, it was gonna be crazy. Y'all think what's going on in Iran? Oh, we hunting and getting some oil, and no. In a minute, America is about to withdraw its presence from all places and show you that it was us all along. It was us all along. Along what? Not being able to get along. When you're not being able to get along, then guess what happens? Others from the outside can see that and poke and prod and exploit those weaknesses while y'all beefing. And for a long time, the Caucasians and the blacks and the Hispanics and the Asians in America have been on this childish racial war with one another. But now a greater threat is threatening all of us. And that threat is, hey, look, there is a force within our culture of America that is trying to exterminate the very Americans who portray the culture. There is a big, we need to call the population of BLK people in America. We need to call the population of poor people in America. We need to call the population of straight men in America. We need to call the population of traditional values. We need to call the population of people who have faith in themselves and faith in a higher power. We need to call the population of the people who want to see good for America. We need to call that population. We're going to talk about you foreigners. I'm going to do a video real quick on you foreigners, bro. And yeah, it's going down, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Should individuals like we just seen on the video, should they be allowed to make statements like that? If it's freedom of speech, okay, I'm glad it's freedom of speech. But if the freedom of speech is talking about unaliving, aka committing crimes against kids, we need to specify how free the speech is. I don't think freedom of speech needs to be freedom of speech. I think there needs to be a censorship clause in freedom of speech. And that censorship clause should be if there are any harmful, sexual, derogatory, messed up, any kind of messed up language as it goes against babies and children, it needs to be considered some type of way a crime punishable by fines and fees, jail time, if whatever. But we should not be able to say whatever we want to say about and to children, period, man. But like I said before, man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Comment, follow, share, save, like, subscribe, get notified, hit the notification bell, and I'll talk to y'all on the next video, man. One.
Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, the source of all gods and goddesses. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, the primordial from which we all derive. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, the nothingness that allows all somethings to exist. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, she is all mother, there is none greater than she. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, for she is the vastness that allows us all to experience boundaries. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, Mother of Ra, the Most High, Great Grand Holy Father. Great Grand Holy Father Ra, he who created himself from she. Great Grand Holy Father Ra, Creator and Father of all things, Father of all beings. She is his source. Amen Ra Ptah Aum.
She is the great grand holy mother of all divine. She is the great grand holy mother of all divine. Source of all gods, guide our lives. You are the great grand holy mother of all divine. She is the great grand holy mother of all divine. You are the great grand holy mother of all divine. Source of all gods, guide our lives. In the name of the great grand holy mother of all divine. Sara, 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 Ishandro Boshetaya, Ishandro Boshetaya, Sara,